It was a bright and sunny morning, and the warm sunlight was streaming through the window, casting playful patterns on the walls of the cozy little kitchen. Emma, a lively and curious 6-year-old, was already up and full of energy, bouncing around in her favorite polka dot pajamas. Her mother, Mrs. Davis, was preparing breakfast while humming a gentle tune. Today was special because they had decided to spend the whole morning practicing English together, using simple conversations and fun activities. Mrs. Davis believed that learning English should be natural, enjoyable, and part of their daily routine, rather than a strict classroom task. She wanted Emma to feel confident speaking, asking questions, and expressing herself, all while having fun. "Good morning, Mommy," Emma chirped, running to the kitchen table and climbing onto her chair. Her eyes sparkled with excitement, and her small hands clutched a plush toy rabbit she had named Benny. "Good morning, sweetheart," Mrs. Davis replied warmly, turning to give her a big smile. "Are you ready to start our English practice today?" Emma nodded vigorously. "Yes, Mommy, I want to speak English like you," she exclaimed, her tiny voice filled with enthusiasm. Mrs. Davis laughed softly and ruffled her daughter's hair. "That's the spirit. Let's start with something easy. How about we talk about breakfast first? It's always good to practice English with things we do every day." Emma's eyes lit up. "Yes, breakfast. I like breakfast," she said. "What are we having today?" Mrs. Davis pointed to a plate of colorful fruits and a bowl of oatmeal on the counter. "We have oatmeal with strawberries, blueberries, and a little honey." "Can you say that in English?" Emma tilted her head and thought for a moment, then repeated slowly, "Oatmeal, with strawberries, blueberries, and honey." She beamed proudly when she managed to say the words correctly. "That's wonderful, Emma. Very good," her mother praised. "Now, can you tell me what color the strawberries are?" Emma looked at the plate carefully. "Red," she said confidently. "And the blueberries?" "Blue." She giggled at how easy it was to remember the colors. "Exactly," Mrs. Davis replied. "You're doing great. Now, let's make it a little more fun. Can you make a sentence about what you want to eat?" Emma thought hard and then said, "I want oatmeal with strawberries and blueberries, please." "That's perfect." Mrs. Davis clapped her hands gently. "See, using English can be very simple and fun. You just need to think about what you want to say, and then say it slowly." "Good job." After breakfast, Emma helped her mother clear the table and wash the dishes. Mrs. Davis used this opportunity to introduce new vocabulary. "Emma, can you tell me what you are holding?" she asked, handing her a small sponge. "A sponge," Emma answered quickly. "Yes. And what do we do with the sponge?" Mrs. Davis asked. "We wash the dishes," Emma guessed. "That's right. You're learning very fast, sweetheart. Now, can you make a sentence?" Emma thought for a few seconds and then said, "I wash the dishes with a sponge." "That's excellent," her mother praised. "You see, when you put the words together, you make sentences. That's how we speak English every day." You are already doing a wonderful job. After finishing the kitchen chores, Mrs. Davis decided it was time to go outside for some fresh air. Emma, let's go to the garden and see the flowers. We can practice English there too, she suggested. Emma jumped up excitedly. Yes, yes, I love the garden, she exclaimed. Hand in hand, they stepped outside. The garden was bright and colorful, filled with tulips, daisies, and roses. The birds were singing, and a soft breeze carried the scent of fresh flowers. Look at the flowers, Emma, her mother said. Can you name the colors? Emma ran from flower to flower, pointing excitedly. Red, yellow, pink, white. That's wonderful. Now, let's make some sentences. Can you say, I see a red flower? Emma nodded and repeated carefully, I see a red flower. Then she added on her own, I see a yellow flower. I see a pink flower. You're amazing. You're speaking English very well, Mrs. Davis praised. Now, can you ask me a question in English about the flowers? Emma thought for a moment. Mommy, which flower do you like? Mrs. Davis smiled warmly. I like the pink flower. Can you say, Mommy likes the pink flower? Emma repeated, Mommy likes the pink flower. She clapped her hands and giggled. I did it. See, Emma, asking questions and answering them is part of everyday conversation, her mother explained. You are already having real English conversations, just like people do every day. After exploring the flowers, they decided to feed the birds in the garden. Mrs. Davis handed Emma a small bag of seeds. Can you say, I am feeding the birds? She asked. Emma looked at the birds hopping around and repeated, I am feeding the birds. That's right. Now, can you describe what the birds are doing? Emma watched carefully as the birds pecked at the seeds. The birds eat seeds. The birds fly, she said. Perfect. You're using sentences to tell me what you see. That's a very important skill in English. Observing and describing things around you helps you learn faster, her mother explained. After a while, they sat on the small garden bench, taking a short rest. Mrs. Davis had another idea. Emma, let's play a little game. I will say a word in English, and you have to make a sentence with it. Are you ready? Emma's eyes sparkled. Yes, I'm ready. Okay. The first word is cat, Mrs. Davis said. Emma thought for a moment and then said, the cat is white. The cat is sleeping. That's excellent. You made 2 sentences, her mother said, giving her a high five. Next word is ball, Mrs. Davis continued. Emma picked up a small rubber ball from the garden and said, I play with the ball. The ball is red. That's fantastic. You're doing so well. Making sentences with everyday words is a great way to learn English, her mother said. After playing this game for a while, Emma felt more confident speaking English. She started asking questions by herself. Mommy, can we go to the kitchen now? Of course, sweetheart. Let's go, Mrs. Davis replied. As they returned inside, she suggested, "Now, let's read a short story together." Reading and speaking English at the same time is very helpful. Emma picked a colorful picture book from the shelf. Mrs. Davis began reading the first page aloud. "Once upon a time, there was a little rabbit who loved to play in the garden." Then she paused and asked, "Emma, can you read this sentence with me?" Emma tried carefully. "Once upon a time, there was a little rabbit who loved to play in the garden." "That's wonderful. You're reading very well. Now, can you tell me what the rabbit did in the garden?" Emma looked at the pictures and said, "The rabbit hops and eats carrots." "Yes, that's exactly right. When you read and then describe what you see, it helps you remember words and sentences better," her mother explained. After finishing the first few pages, Emma started pointing at the pictures and making her own sentences. "The rabbit is happy. The rabbit sees a butterfly. The rabbit runs fast." Mrs. Davis was delighted. "Emma, you're creating your own sentences now. That's the best way to practice English. You're not just repeating, you're thinking and speaking in English." The morning passed quickly as mother and daughter continued their activities, cooking a small snack together, naming objects in the kitchen, reading storybooks, and even singing simple English songs. Each time Emma made a mistake, her mother gently corrected her without making her feel bad. Each time she succeeded, her mother celebrated her progress, making her feel proud and motivated. By the end of the morning, Emma was tired but very happy. She had practiced English naturally, in a way that felt like play rather than a lesson. She had learned new words, made sentences, asked questions, and spoken confidently with her mother. Mrs. Davis looked at her daughter with pride and said, "Emma, today you did an amazing job. You spoke English every step of the way. I am so proud of you." Emma hugged her mother tightly and said, "Thank you, Mommy. I love speaking English with you. Can we do it every day?" Mrs. Davis smiled, holding her daughter close. "Yes, sweetheart. We will make it part of our daily routine. Learning English can be fun, and we can do it together every day." Emma's eyes sparkled with excitement and joy. She knew that English was not just words to memorize. It was something she could use to talk, ask questions, describe her world, and even tell stories. And most importantly, she knew that with her mother by her side, learning English could be a fun adventure every single day. The morning ended with laughter, hugs, and a promise of many more fun English conversations to come. Emma had taken her first big steps toward becoming confident in English, and the journey was just beginning. She felt happy, proud, and excited, knowing that learning could be a game, a story, and a conversation all at once.